My dad, he wasn't there all the time. He was, tomándole. There was the upbringings also of the drug business. That was something that was very, very common for us. So we just grew up knowing about that and being fed all this information when it came to that. I honestly, for a long portion of my time, thought that's what I was meant to do.
Hey guys, welcome to Driven Channel. I'm here with Beche, but let me tell you something about Beche. Very excited. I've been waiting for this for years. I've had a lot of people in the company. We've grown so much. You've been here like pretty much since the beginning.
Yeah.
But you were always helping teams. You were like a big part of a lot of teams' successes. And I wouldn't say a lot, but a couple teams you were under, and you helped them with production.
Correct.
And without you, especially one of the teams without you, that team, they're not. It was like a big drop of production because I noticed like how important you were in that team's everything, chemistry, production, energy. So you have been very, very. I've always seen the talent, but you've been one of the most improved people in the company, and I've been waiting for this time for you to like go on your own, start your own venture as a solo loan originator. So I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm very excited to ask you a few questions here and see what's up. But I know you're going on your own. You're taking off now. You're Beche loan officer, and
right.
very, very pumped up and excited, Beche. So thank you for being here.
Appreciate for you having me here.
How do you feel?
I feel ready. I feel blessed. I remember when you sent me the recording that my license finally hit. You're like, how do you feel? I was like, I feel like I need to prove myself now. Like I've been talking all this smack, been preparing all this time, and now it's like time to put it into work. So I'm excited to be able to finally be able to do that. Nothing holding me back anymore. I could do anything that anybody else could do. So I'm just ready to take off.
So Mr. Beche, loan officer for the mortgage guys.
Doesn't that sound so good?
Can you talk about like how was your childhood? Like where did you grow up? Were you born here or were you born in Mexico? I know you're from Sinaloa.
Yeah.
But were you born over there? You came here, and after that, like how did you get into the mortgage industry? But talk about how you started, where you came from. I want to know more about your beginnings.
So I was born in Modesto, California. Since I can remember, childhood was Riverbank, California. It's a little city on the northeastern side of Modesto. I lived there since I could go back and remember. I was born here, but my upbringing, my parents are from Sinaloa, so I was born into that culture of the Sinaloense people. Yeah, pretty much it. That's typical Sinaloense upbringing.
What do you mean by typical?
More in the sense of dad's working, mom is doing everything when it comes to cooking, the cleaning. My dad, he wasn't there all the time. He was, tomándole. There was the upbringings also of the drug business. That was something that was very, very common for us. So we just grew up knowing about that and being fed all this information when it came to that. I honestly, for a long portion of my time, thought that's what I was meant to do. Like that. I honestly thought that's what I was supposed to do.
You wouldn't be like in the drug business?
Yeah. My whole life, I was like, all right, that's my role in life.
So what do you say when you grew up? Did you grow up like, was it a hard life growing up, or was it fun, or was it, or how would you describe it?
It was very, very fun. I won't say it was hard because I do not remember suffering, like not even a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. We did suffer some time, but it was by choice. It wasn't because we had to suffer. Mm-hmm. It was by choice. We did have a lot of fun, And more than anything, though, I feel like I lived a lie. So when I started the mortgage industry, I feel like I woke up, and that's where it wasn't emotional, but it was like a fuck. I feel like I've been living a lie my whole life. Like I was, programmed to live the life that I was living instead of the life that I wanted to live and to create. So that to me, that was a hard pill to swallow when I initially found out.
So when you were over there in Sinaloa, how many years were you there?
No, I always lived here.
So you just went there back and forth?
Yeah, we were just, go back and forth. Parents, we would go visit grandmas.
When you would go over there, did you have like a bad circle, or like how was the circle you were around? Were they doing any bad business, and were you around that? Were you exposed to that? How did that impact you?
So my environment started when I was 9 years old, and it was over there and over here. So I was always around it. Like no matter where I went, I was around it.
Yeah.
So I had no choice. Like I said, I thought that's what I was supposed to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Up to 27 years old. From 9 to 27-year-old, I was in the business. And when I mean I was in the business, like I was in the business.
Yeah. We don't want to go into all the details, but we get what you're saying. So you felt like you were meant to do that your whole life.
Yeah, I was indoctrinated by that my whole life.
Now when did you decide I want to move to a different thing and I want to get into mortgages, business? I want something different in my life. When did you decide that?
So I always knew I wanted to be wealthy. I always knew that. And I knew the path that I was taking, it just, the math didn't add up, right? I knew there was always going to be a downfall. So I always knew I had to find an opportunity to do something else. So I started asking why, like, what do I do? What do I have to do? Why am I living the way I'm living? And then one day, just God granted it to me. I can't say anything else. Like he just granted it to me. There was no reason why I should have got a text message that I received. There was no reason why I went to a place that I wasn't even supposed to be there. In my opinion, I wasn't part of that circle. And I just stayed in that circle and I didn't leave that circle for 2.5 years, almost 3.
So you started in the mortgage industry. Was it 3 years ago that you started when you were like a production? You were like helping with production. When it was 2000 what?
2019.
2019.
At the end.
Can you describe how it was when you started? Like what did you learn right off the bat, and how'd you feel like about the mortgage industry when you just started with that team? Did you feel like it was? Did you feel right away convinced that it was going to be what you wanted to do? Were you discouraged a little bit? What did you learn from that experience?
So honestly, I felt very good because I believed in myself.
Yeah.
I knew that I was going to be my best teacher. I knew time was going to be my best teacher. And I knew failure was going to be my best teacher. But I was already in a place that I didn't want to be. So me coming into something new, it didn't bother me if I was meant to be there or not. Honestly, I was just like, I'm just going to try it out.
Yeah.
If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I remember I didn't even know that we needed a loan officer to buy a house. I thought I was going to be a realtor. And then we're like, and then they're like, oh no, you could do loans too. I was like, oh yeah, I like math more. I like working with the math. I have the people skills. I'm naturally introverted. So it worked out better for me because a realtor essentially brings you the lead, right? I could talk in front of anybody, but I'm not so used to initiating conversation because of my background, because of the life that I used to come from. If I met anybody new, I was always like thinking, oh, they're after me for some reason, So me being an LO just made it easier for me when they would bring me just the information instead of me having to go out and look for it.
Yeah. Talk about your mom. Do you have a good relationship with your mom?
Yeah, I do.
Before we get into more mortgage stuff, like how your mom, what does your mom mean to you? And
my mom.
What's your relationship with her?
My mom means the world. She actually just woke me up not too long ago. It was something that we don't have too much time on this earth, right? And it's like, what do you do with your time on this earth? And one day I was getting home, and this was only like 3 months ago, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, mijo, why are you getting home so late? I was like, well, I was working, Mom. And I sat down on the couch with her, something that I rarely do. And I was like, she was like, well, what are you doing at work? I was like, I'm trying to get wealthy. And all she said was, I hope I'm here to see it. And that just like lit me up. Since then, our production that we were doing, I want to say I doubled it because that just put something in me. It's like, I have to work this much harder to be able to show her, and she's going to be here when I'm successful. So that's my mom. I don't think there's a best. Like, I know we all think our moms are the best, but when it comes to putting my mom through so much stuff,
yeah,
I know other moms wouldn't put up with it and still be the mom that she is. So she's been single since I was 9 years old. A lot of moms would not be single since like 2-3 years that they leave their husband, you know? So she definitely means the world.
So she left your dad when you were 9?
Well, my dad got deported when I was 9. Like, he got deported from USA. So after that, they already had problems because my dad, he liked to drink a lot. So that was just the last straw for my mom. And the only reason why she always says the only reason why she left him was because it was going to affect us. She was like, no, you're.
So when that happened, you were 9.
I was 9 years old.
Did you kind of become the man of the house?
No, I have an older brother. He became the man of the house, but I was under his footsteps. And again, we were all indoctrinated on the same thing. We were all. At that point, I was like, all right, I need to help my mom, which only made me do what I was doing.
Were you making a lot of money?
Oh yeah, we made it. I don't know any other 9-year-old that was making as much money as I, to be honest. Yeah, and it all started pretty stupidly, but I mean, it started. But I do appreciate that because after I started getting knowledge and I started getting the actual words of what things are, because I went very little to school, to be honest, or I went but I didn't pay attention.
Yeah,
I didn't know what words meant, so I never knew the word entrepreneur. But now that I know what the word means, I knew I was an entrepreneur since I was 9 years old. I already had it in me. So I do like that chip that they installed in me on working, on being a creative, and on having people skills and sales skills. So I did learn that since I was 9 years old.
Do you still talk to your dad or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I talked to him. I mean, I love the guy. He's my dad. He gave me half of what I am in reality, whether he was in the picture or not. You know, bad examples are also good examples because it teaches you what not to do, right? Actually, if we look at the Bible, there's full of bad examples and there's scripture off of that. So why would I, it's not his fault in reality how he was also indoctrinated. So why should I blame him?
Yeah.
I knew I was indoctrinated, so why should I blame someone else that was indoctrinated as well?
Yeah. So let's jump into mortgage. And it took forever to get your license.
A year and a half.
You had to wait, and I know you've been anxious to get it, and for some reason, maybe we'll talk about it in a different podcast, but for some reason you couldn't get your license right away. Yeah. And even though you passed your test, passed your real estate test, you passed your NMLS test, but you were just waiting. So you had to be under a team and you were helping them with their production. How did it feel when you knew you were so good and you had so much talent, but you were just forced to be kind of behind the scenes, helping, being a production partner and helping other teams close deals? How did it feel, and how much did it drive you? Did it motivate you, or did you ever feel like, man, I'm never gonna get my license? Maybe I'm just gonna do something else, or like how was that process?
So the helping other people, my natural instinct is to help. So I didn't mind it. I didn't mind helping other people to help them, achieve their goals. I feel like I'm very good at structuring loans. So that's something that was honestly naturally given to me for some random reason. But imagine having like your most favorite exotic car and they just wave the key to you every day. Like, that's how I felt.
Or kind of like the girl of your dreams, just
flashing me and then just like
closing
dipping.
The door,
yeah. So that's kind of what it felt like, but it did motivate me because as much as I had against me, we still did good. Like, my personal team of what we were doing, we did better than other teams when they have no obstacles against them, like I did, like we did. So that to me was like, man, you're going to be really good at this when you're able to, to blow up. Yeah, I knew it was only a matter of time. And this is the time now.
Yeah. And you're a father.
Yes.
You're a father. I see you posting pictures with your daughter all the
Yeah.
time. And what how did it change your life having a daughter? Did it affect you in any way, good or bad? And what was that?
There's no negative out of that. Not even one. She was a wake-up call for me because even though I was already in the mortgage industry, my mindset was totally wrong. I was after the wrong things. I was trying to obtain all the wrong things for the wrong reasons. So now I understand things as a father, and it just cleared my way up to actually be successful. If I didn't have her, I wouldn't be the bitch I am now. I'd be this little egoistic sucker, thinking I'm the shit everywhere, left and right. She came, she showed me the people that really love me and the people that are going to leave me and the people that valued me only for what I had or who I pretend to be, because I was pretending to be, because that was not me my whole life. That's basically what it was, right?
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people, man, they would call me El Amargado for the same reason, because there's certain things that I'm not into, right? And when she came in a way that was so drastic that it was hard. It was very hard at the beginning. But after you see the lessons, it's the most beautiful thing, which aligns to the actual life that I want to live. And I feel like if she didn't come, I would not, like I said, I would not be sitting here today the same person that I am now.
Yeah. Now, let's go to the moment when was it me that I sent you the text when it became official, your license?
Yeah, because they still haven't texted me.
So when I send you the confirmation and I send it to you, like, how did you feel at that moment? Like, what were you thinking?
I was like, I need a call. I was like, even though I'm seeing it, I need a call and make sure. But as soon as I got the email of the endorsement going through, I felt so relieved. Like I said, I felt so relieved. I felt so ready. We've been waiting for this for a year and a half. So, I mean, anytime the boss lady would say to me, she's like, ¿Y tu licencia? And I couldn't say anything, because it really wasn't up to me. But we've been waiting for this for a long time.
Did you ever feel like you were never going to be licensed?
I knew if I didn't get licensed, I was going to be part owner some way or somehow. So it really didn't bother me too much, but it did bug me a little bit. It did phase me a little bit.
So talk about now moving forward, Beche. Like, what are your plans for your next first off to close out this year? Because I know a lot of people are having a rough time right now closing deals, opening deals. The market has slowed down for a lot of people, but as you see in the company, we still have people that are producing big numbers.
Yes.
So
yes.
I know that you've been part of a lot of closings with your team right now. So what's going to happen? Are you just going to go solo and build your own team? Are you going to be solo for a while? What is your plan to close out the year and then for 2023?
So to close out the year, just keep doing what we've been doing, but now for me, right? I just brought on my personal LOA, and I'm also going to be looking into bringing in some production partners and teaching them the ropes, teaching them how to do the deals, and actually teaching them not only my way, but also enhancing on how they could grow in their way. Yeah. So I think that's very important. We all want to teach a certain way, but we also have to teach how that person is going to adapt the best, right? So I do want to help out. I do want to concentrate a little bit more here in the LA area, but I am planning on having business in Modesto too. And if possible, if everything goes right, I'm not saying today, I'm not saying tomorrow, but I do want to have a team in Modesto.
Yeah. So the cool thing about being a loan officer is that you could be in LA and still help clients in Modesto. You could be in Modesto, help clients in LA. Now, you mentioned LA that you want to be more in LA.
Yeah.
Is that also because you want to be maybe closer to certain people?
Closer to daughter.
Close to your daughter.
It's so hard.
Because how is it like how important is it to be close to your daughter, and do you feel sometimes like a little maybe sad or lonely when you're away from her and you're working over there? And
yeah, there's sacrifices, and that's one of the hardest ones. Imagine going to sleep, seeing your daughter on FaceTime, and waking up and seeing your daughter on FaceTime, or sometimes her mother calls me and she's crying. That's hard. because you can't pick her up, right?
Yeah.
You can't do nothing but sit there on FaceTime and watch her cry until she's okay. Sometimes she's a little dramatic. She takes after me on that, but you're watching your child grow on a phone for no reason.
Yeah.
So that's why that's my major reason why I want to come back. But I also feel like here I have more drive.
Yeah. I
want to work more. It just pushes me a little bit.
Why do you feel you have more drive here?
The views, the people, the environment. I come into this luxury office. We have things like, this podcast room. I have you here. I have the boss lady here. I have the Jareds, the Johns, the Patties here for, that want to help me, that I don't have to go look out and ask for help. They'll gladly help me. You don't get that a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's always some sort of celebrity here, and there's always someone that we could talk to here.
Yeah.
So that to me, I love that. I like luxury.
You're also one of the favorites for the realtors. The realtors always say that they like you.
Yeah, I'm a pretty funny guy.
So Beche, I think that would be good because now you're gonna be like, you could be here. You see your daughter more.
Yeah.
You're in a place that keeps you driven, and then I think your daughter, and maybe I think you'll feel the same. Maybe you don't, but I think your daughter needs you more than your mom needs you, because your mom's an adult. She's older. She could take care of herself, and you could always visit her. But speaking from my experience, like, my priority is my little daughters, because they can't defend themselves. They can't take care of themselves. So they need dad and mom to take care of them. So I wouldn't know how to handle it. And so I could see that could be like something that kind of sometimes can slow you down. But when you have her close, I think it'll push you even more, because you'll be so much motivated because you want to produce more. And then being in LA, it also brings out different kinds of opportunities, because you'll meet different people. Yeah. But at the same time, what I told you is don't forget about Modesto, because there's still a lot of relationships you have there. Yeah. But the cool thing about being an LO, a loan originator, loan officer, is that you could still help people over there, and you could just be like hybrid back and forth.
That's exactly what I'm doing now. Right now, my schedule is 1 week here, 1 week over there. And it's working out beautifully, because right now, if you want to get business, you have to work. I'm working. Yeah. And I'm also working strategically where I get to see my daughter, where I get to spend time with her, where she knows she has a dad. So that's the part that I love about this job, that you could adapt to anything, and you have the freedom to either look at mom, take over mom, look over mom, and look over daughter. Everything else, it's to work. That's literally all I focus on. It's myself, job, daughter, and mom. And and like you mentioned, mom, as long as bills are paid, as long as she gets to her doctor's appointments, we're good. Because I also have a little brother that lives there with her, so he could take her out to the stores. They need laundry, detergent. They need the groceries. He handles that. He helps me with that part. Over here with my daughter, I want to engrave certain things in her mindset. Yeah. So I don't want to create a limitation on her. I don't like to tell her no. I like to tell her what she's doing wrong. So all those little things are very important to me. And if I'm not with her, I can't show her that, right? So like I second what you said on I'd rather spend time with my daughter, but I want to show her because she still has a life to live.
Yeah. So if anybody's watching this and they're like, you know what, I just got licensed. I want to join Beche's team. I like Beche. I want to learn from him. Are you open for any like loan originators that are maybe new, that if they want to reach out to you and work with you?
Yeah, I actually even have a few already that we've been talking. We've been talking for some time already, and yeah, I would just want to help. That's my biggest thing. Everything else comes with it, right? If somebody needs help when it comes to learning the ropes or how to do what, there's even people outside of the company that I help. There's even some people that I've helped communicate with some of the banks that we use. So nothing I do in reality is just for Beche purposes. I want to help. That's all I care about. Yeah. No matter who it is, what it is, if I could help you, I'm here for you. Yeah. But I do, if somebody wants to, start looking into, being in our team, learning from us, I feel like I'm one of the favorites from the mortgage guys. So if somebody needs something from Albert, I know I'm here and I could provide those answers for you guys.
Yeah, and you know what? The realtors in the company really love you. And I know you work with a lot of realtors. You do a lot of purchase loans. Is that something you focus on?
Yeah.
And if so, why do you think that realtors like working with you so much? Like, what's special about you with realtors?
They see me how I act in open houses. So the way I attract clients, like very few people have it naturally. I can make a joke out of anything, and when they actually see me in action and how I help them, because there's strategies to everything, right? And how I help them, they like it because I adapt to them. And I feel like that's why, and I'm always funny. I always try to talk shit here and there. I'm very naturally very good at that. So I think that's why. And obviously, we get the loan done. We just do it in a fun way.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. There's no nothing when it comes to animosity or anything like that. It's just having fun while we're helping people.
Guys, if you made it this far, I have an exclusive mastermind that I want you to join. Go to drivenacademy.com and subscribe to my exclusive mastermind, where we're gonna meet in person every month at my workshop, and you get more perks. All you gotta do is go to the link below and sign up. I'll see you there. Where do you think you learned your people skills on how to talk to people and all that? Is that from childhood or?
Yeah. So since I was small, again, since I was 9 years old, I worked at a bar.
At a bar?
At a bar at 9 years old. I was working at a bar. That's crazy, right? I was working at a bar, and I got my people skills there. Mm-hmm. So I was already talking to grown-ups since I was 9 years old. I heard all the jokes. I created all the jokes. So I naturally have that from since I was small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say like that lifestyle helped me a lot who I am now.
Yeah. So tell me a success like a successful loan, like a transaction, a successful transaction where you remember that you helped a family that where you're really proud of, like maybe a client that came and didn't really qualify fully, but then you found like maybe you found a way to help them qualify, whether you added a co-signer, I don't know, and then the family was really grateful. Because I know for a mortgage, a lot of the times like the proudest moments are when you see like a client get the keys to their house and they start crying and they're like, oh, you know what, he helped me get my dream house, this and that. So do you remember like something that like recently that where you helped somebody close a deal? Maybe they got their first house. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, so there's a family that the file came to me as an emergency. So they were already in escrow, about to lose their deposit, and they were having issues with their pre-qualification with their other mortgage company that they were working with, right? And we all have different products. We all have different loan information. Mm-hmm. So we got the file and we dissected it, and we closed it. And we actually closed it in 14 days versus other people could not close it. But what stands out about this one, not only was it an emergency, is when we actually went to their job site, they all knew my name. So when I got there, they knew my name. And the mother, she received me with a hug. She gave me a kiss on the cheek and she started praying for me. To me, that's like the biggest thank you someone could like give me, right? The biggest offering they could give me is a prayer for me, and she did it there. So that one sticks to me because she prayed for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And what about refinances? Do you help a lot of people refinance? I know that right now a lot of people have equity. Yeah. So I know that if they pull out money right now, they can invest and buy more homes. They could invest, maybe start a business. I don't know, but do you also help people refinance?
Yes, of course. We've helped those clients that bought in 2021 and they're becoming investors. We're already helping them do that. So even though the rates are at average, I'll say, because they're not higher, they're higher compared to the last 2 years. They're pulling out their equity, they're buying new homes, and they're making 2 homes out of 1. Mm-hmm. So that's what we do.
Or building the ADUs.
Yes, that's a big one. Those ranchitos in the valley, they're building ADUs. And they're paying for them. Mm-hmm. And then their property value goes up. I haven't done too many because I haven't been in the industry too long.
Yeah.
But I know the families that I did help in 2020 and 2021,
Yeah.
you know, we were already able to do that for them. The
Yeah.
ones who could do it.
Yeah. Well, Beche, tell me something that nobody knows about you. Like tell me something
Shit.
that you've never mentioned. Like something that nobody, not even your close friends know about you.
Man, I don't
Something
know.
funny, something exciting that you did.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because I've always been very open about all my stuff.
Yeah.
Like I really don't care what people think of me. I really don't, you know, it doesn't affect me in any type of way. I've always been very truthful. Well, from 2019 forward, I've been very truthful. I mean, besides an experience, I don't know what I could tell you. Oh, shit, that's my phone. Besides an experience, I don't know what else I could tell you. I mean, I've been to various places. I've met a lot of people. I helped a lot of people. I don't know, something that nobody knows about me.
So everybody knows everything about you?
I'm not gonna say everything, but I don't know if I want to say all the all the shit that I have done.
Yeah, yeah. No, so look, a couple of things before we wrap up, Beche. So if a realtor like wants to work with you,
Yeah.
are you, because I know you focus mainly on purchases, right?
Yeah.
If a realtor wants to work with you, do you like, are you selective on who you work with because you want to make sure that you're efficient, or are you open to working with any realtor? And if they want to work with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
So when it comes to working, I'm open to working with everybody, right? Does that mean everybody's gonna be a match? No, it doesn't. But as long as they're coachable, and I'm not saying I know more than them,
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they even listen to another opinion, that's all. That's all I ask for, right? And obviously, it's like Bobby Castro says, it's a tennis match. I just don't want to give and give and give and nothing back when it comes to knowledge, right? So if they feed me knowledge back, man, I'm in love with that, right? That's what I like. That's what keeps me going, where we grow together as a team. To reach me, all they either got to do is, you know, ask me for my number, send me a DM, whatever it is. My Instagram is there, Beche TMG, and that's basically it. And all you got to do is reach out. I'm always willing to help anybody, no matter if you're a new agent, if you're an old agent, if you're innovating, if you're not innovating, whatever it is, just reach out.
And also another thing is you're going to be working from this office, right?
Yeah, I'm picking my office today.
Yeah, we'll go pick your office. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I got a text message.
I'll put Beche on the door. Give you your own key.
Yes, we're doing that. So I mean, whatever realtor wants to work with me, if you guys need an office here in the West Hollywood office, I got my own.
So you're going to be here at the headquarters, and then you're also in Modesto?
Yeah, in Modesto we have our office.
Yeah, tell me really quick about your Modesto office. Like, where is it, and where can people find you over there?
It's in downtown. It's in downtown Modesto. It's off of College Street in Kansas, I believe it is. Is right there around the corner. You could always find us there. It's on the corner. It's on the first building. Can't remember the address. It's 801 College Avenue. That's where we're at. And I'm there all day. Like I really am. Even if I'm not working, I'm there because I'm working on myself. A lot of people think, oh, what is he doing in the office all day? If I don't have other work, I'm working on myself. So sometimes we say, oh, I'm working. It doesn't necessarily mean on the business. I mean, it also means on ourselves, which I think is important as well.
Yeah. Awesome, Beche. And one more thing. I was thinking, if people, because I told you you're gonna be like one of my right hands here.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I was gonna close with that.
So like, I don't know, like, because this office is magical.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, we have Jared's here 3 times a week.
Yeah, that guy, man.
We're growing ambiance very heavy, and we have the most incredible masterminds right here. So maybe for people that follow you, that know you, or people that just are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, I want to work with Beche.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about, to close out, like, how is it to be here? Because you said it feels amazing, but we're getting, like, today we had the most people ever.
Yeah.
We had like 80 plus people
it feels
for
good.
our training, and then we had like 40 something on the Zoom that couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So like it's crazy. Like just going back to 6 months ago and 3 months ago, but like what is that energy that people can expect like when they come here and talk about the office and what you can offer any realtor that wants to come and work with you? Also me being here with you, I'm going to be, you know, next to you all the time. And also realtors come here and they learn a lot from like the Jareds and the Monses.
Yes.
Like what do you think? What's your message to realtors watching this? And they're like thinking kind of like, should I go over there? Should I maybe work with Beche? What can I expect from TMG? What can people expect from you when they come here and meet you?
So what I like to say is I like to work with humble people, right? You have the Jareds of the world that they don't have to help anybody. They choose to help anybody.
Yeah.
And that's the people that I want to surround myself, because other people will do it only for $1 fragment. And they do it for free. They do it on a Monday and they do it on a Wednesday. And they do it because they want to do it. Not because someone is pushing them, not because they have some sort of entitlement. None of that. They do it because they genuinely want to do it, right?
Yeah.
And that's who I want to associate with myself with. And it's, for example, you're like, you ready to become my right hand? Like, somebody doesn't need to tell me that. I didn't even have to ask, and I was already invited. I'm not going to go anywhere I'm not invited from now on.
Yeah.
So that's a mistake I used to do. I used to go where places I wasn't invited.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm going to go with the people who appreciate me, and they're going to genuinely help me, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm transmitting to everybody else.
Yeah.
Just how I'm getting help, I know I could help somebody else. Somebody else could learn something from me. And to me, that's the important part. It's having that actual abundance of wanting to help.
And I know you're really proud of helping your Latino community.
Yeah.
You speak perfect Spanish, right?
Sí, en paisa soy.
do you have a lot of do you help a lot of Latino families?
Yes, I'll say about 75% of my of our pipeline is Latinos. You know, we do get, diversity of people, but 75% of Latinos.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a better connection with them. So not that I target them, but I attract them more. Mm-hmm. My jokes are funnier in Spanish. Yeah. My communication is better. I know how to connect with people. I know more. I just basically know more in Spanish because I've been dealing with Spanish my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So familias, si están viendo, contacten a Beche. So Beche, it was a pleasure, brother.
Thank you.
We're definitely going to do a part 2. I'll tell you this. Look, I can't wait for what you're going to show the world for the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people right now, they're like, they saw that you got that you're like, oh shit, Beche's he's gonna go out on his own. He's fully licensed. He's gonna start his team. He's gonna blow up. He's gonna scale. He's gonna build all these realtor relationships. He's gonna be at the headquarters right there next to Albert and Jared. This guy's gonna take off, and I think a lot of people right now are wondering, what's gonna happen with Beche? Is he gonna take off and blow up, or is he not gonna be able to do it like by himself? So I think that I'll give you that as a challenge, like because me, I like being challenged because it makes me want to do more. So like I know right now you got some people that are looking at you, watching you, and they're like, some people are not rooting for you.
Oh no, yeah, that's
and
since day one.
and I know that I use that as motivation. So I'll tell you what, brother. Like I know that you're gonna destroy your competition, and these next 12 months are gonna be life changing, and you're also gonna build a lot of relationships. You're gonna help a lot of families, and if you're watching this and you're a real estate agent and you want to get with one of the best loan originators in the nation right here, contact this guy.
Me.
He's been kind of in the back seat, kind of helping a lot of other teams and players win. Now it's going to be your time to shine, Beche, and I'm very proud of you, and you got all my support, 100%, me and Sil. So thank you, brother.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
you,
Thank
man.
you for having me.
Thank you. And I'll put all of Beche's contact info below. Follow him, contact him. What's your phone number?
My phone number is 209-988-6114. If you guys need anything that I could assist you with, either DM me on Beche _TMG, or you guys have my cell phone number now.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.